Hello everyone, Shalom dear friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Christa and this is Finding Shalom. Finally doing a video. I apologize so much that I've been a little bit absent. It's been crazy. The last time you saw me, I was in the middle of the desert and I alluded that something was going on and to go to my couples channel, our couples channel, Say I Do Forever. And then it was such a chaotic time that I lost all the footage for 2 weeks. And so I didn't get to show you what I had been up to. But right now we've been filming some part 2 stuff, not as good as the part 1 stuff because that had airplanes and moving trucks and stuff. But we have been getting my mother-in-law and father-in-law into their new home this week, and it has been a little bit bigger of a process than we anticipated. It's pretty intense. So today is Friday, and it was just a little less than 2 weeks when I flew to California, and my husband had already been there for over a week. And we loaded them up, and all last week it was pack the moving van and get them here. We'll do a little bit more talking about it on our Say I Do Forever couples channel. But today I wanted to pop on here and let you know every Friday I do upload a video about our Bible study, and I did not do that last week because I got in at 2 o'clock I actually got home at 2 o'clock in the morning the night before, and I pretty much have been a zombie or unpacking and trying to set up my mother-in-law's house, stuff like that. So then this week, yesterday was the first day that I just said, I gotta go sew. I'm 2 weeks behind. So I jumped right into all of my sewing, and I have not had time to do my research and Bible study that I love to do. And I could jump on here really quick and talk about our passage, but I think I really want to still study it. I want to do it justice because this is the Sermon on the Mount that we're doing. And we will be, all this week, I'm going to just study it. And next Friday, I will do the Matthew chapter 5, the part after the Beatitudes. I don't have those numbers in front of me, but it's all about Jesus and how he fulfilled the law in all those different areas. It talks about divorce, adultery, murder, and talking about the law and how Jesus didn't come to abolish the law, but came to fulfill it. So I want to do that justice, and I don't want to do it rushed. So once again, I apologize that it's now been 2 weeks I haven't done the Bible study stuff, and I'm so sorry. So next Friday I will download that video, God willing. But I thought today I'll just jump on and say hello, how are you all? And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give them a sewing tip. And I also, while I was sitting here sewing, you know, my word is trust this year, and I am working hard on that. And I just listen for anytime God brings the word trust into my life. And believe it or not, sometimes I will let the YouTube just do kind of an auto feed. Once I've watched one video, it'll just throw in another one. And it landed on the Bible Project, which is one of my favorite video series. And I don't remember what one it started with, but then it did Psalms, and then it did Proverbs, and then I got to Ecclesiastes, and I thought, oh, this is that, you know, woe is me book of depression, of life is meaningless and everything. But man, the overview was so good on Ecclesiastes, and I'm sitting here sewing, and I'm realizing that it has to do with my word trust. And he actually uses the word trust in it, talking about, the real meaning. We translate it to be life is meaningless, but it really means that it kind of whips by like a breath, or like the wind. You can't capture it. Moments in life, and everything is fleeting. And it's just like my video I did when I was in the desert, talking about these moments. They happen so fast and they're over. You know, these moments in time, we need to hang on to them and also not be discouraged, because another season, another moment. And maybe you're in a season of your life. Right now, Jay and I are in a season of our life that is difficult. It's hard. Some things I can talk about on this channel, I can't really talk about on our marriage channel, because, you know, certain people who view that all the time. But you'll see on our marriage channel and Say I Do Forever some of the highlights of the move. But the difficulty of this move is huge. It's all for medical reasons and to take care of his mom. And they really didn't want to leave California. They didn't want to leave their beautiful acreage. And so there's been a lot of, oh, I hate it here. And we didn't ask them to move. So there's just been a lot, you know, behind the scenes that's been so hard on Jay and I. His stepbrother is blaming him for us moving them up here, but we're the only ones that will jump in and help, and we can't drive down there all the time. So, you know, right now we're just in a very difficult season of our lives, and it's such a difficult season. We're having a hard time putting out videos. I'm 2 weeks behind in my sewing studio. I am trying to catch up as fast as I can. I'll catch up, no problem. You know, I don't have any major deadlines on there. It's just getting squishy. It's going to get where I'm going to do some late night sewing or early morning sewing. But if you're in a season that's difficult, just like I talked about in the last video, just hang on, because that season's not forever. That season is going to be over before you know it. And so right now, Jay and I are in a difficult season of our lives, and there's a lot of emotions going on. His mom's having to say goodbye to a lot of her life, and that's very emotional and very hard. And we kind of feel to blame for that a little bit. And, you know, there's some major health issues going on, and, you know, we're now in a season that I never planned. You know, when you first get married, you dream of how your marriage is going to be. You dream of how you're going to have kids and what you're going to do. You're going to go on vacations. And so all the seasons of my life, I kind of had pre-planned or thought through how I wanted it. Not that they ever turned out exactly the way I wanted them. But this is a season of my life that we've never, I've never thought about. We are about to have 4 aging parents, all within 10 minutes of us, so that we are the only siblings that are here. Jay is a only child except for his stepbrother. All my siblings don't live here, and so I'm the one responsible for my parents. And then we also have a son that has severe mental illness in his 30s, and, you know, somewhat are caretakers there. So it's just a season of difficulty, but I'm learning that, you know, life is fleeting. It's just a breath. And this video, I'm going to put it down in the description, on Ecclesiastes, just talked about savoring the moments. That in a whole, life can feel meaningless, or it can have a lot of difficult times. And right when you think that, you know, life is going good, it takes a turn. And I just thought it was a really good video. So I'm going to put it down in the description. And next week, I will have a Bible study for you. But today I thought, for any of you guys that are seamstresses, I'm going to give you a little tip. I'm actually sitting here working on a wedding gown. And if you've ever done wedding gowns, did you know how we do these lace hems? And, you know, a lot of times they're like this much too long. And so I have sat and removed, and it's invisible thread, removed that all from the long hem, and then trimmed my under layer or my lace layer to the length I need. And then I'll be pinning that all back on. And then I use a foot that's made for, it's a freeform foot. It kind of will allow me to go in all different directions, and I'll do it with a clear thread and sew that all back on. But little tip here, and it's probably hard to see. I wonder if I can zoom this in a little bit. Let me see. Ooh. Let me see. But this has the point, you know, on the top of, it has the peak on the lace. And then up here, if you can see, it also has the point here. So really critical is to get that point lined up with this point here. And how I do that, I just have a string tied onto a weighted thing. This is actually something I had that was just a measuring tape, but it's on a keychain. And I just pin it up to the top and have it right here. Can you see this? I pin it so it hangs straight with that point, and let it hang straight down. And then I pin my point to match it. So then I start right here, and then as I'm pinning this, I have my mannequin to my height, and I will pin this to begin with, and in a couple spots, then I'll take it off and actually lay it all out and get it all nice and even. But there is just a little tip, and I need to now move done a lot of crazy videoing. My videoing skills have gotten really bad since we started moving and doing a lot of crazy things, including losing videos. But I thought I'd give you a little encouragement with the video I'm going to leave in the description. A little encouragement that, once again, just like my other video, whatever season you're in, if it's difficult, do not worry. It will be over soon. It's just a moment. And in time, it's breath. It's like wind, catching wind. And I'm trying to remember the word that he used in Ecclesiastics. It's like H-E-L-E. It's not? I'll have to remember what it is, but you can see the video. But I want to encourage you, and also give you a little tip if you happen to be having to sew your own wedding gown, or if you need to sew something for a friend or family member. I can always help you too. You can always email me, and I can give you tips over the phone or over the email. So that was a really discombobulated video, like my life right now. But happy Friday, and happy Shalom. Shalom, dear friends. And I hope you just have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week. I hope the week has been good to you. And remember, we're going to be studying, I think it's Matthew chapter 5. It's right after the Beatitudes, about Jesus and the law, that he did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. And we'll study that all week. And on Friday, I promise you, as best as my ability, I will put a video up, and we will start our Bible study again, and we'll get back on track. Thank you guys all so much for your patience. Thank you also for those of you who went over and liked or subscribed to our Say I Do Forever marriage channel. We appreciate you. We love having you over there, and we will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend. Shalom, my dear friends.